everybody. Welcome back to Ruth Mania. I have a few items that I'd like to share with you guys on my channel. And the first one is a 1927 Babe Comes Home theater card. It's a little bigger than a regular card, but I believe this would be something they advertised the movie. He was in a few short movies, and this was one of them. Babe Comes Home. He played for the Los Angeles Angels. And this is an original. I picked this up about a month or two ago. I'd like to show you the detail. It's a beautiful card. It's one of my favorite pieces. You can see the lithography. The colors are very vibrant. Just a beautiful piece of movie memorabilia from the 1920s. On here it reads, "Hooray, he's in the movies now." Babe Ruth shows Babe Ruth holding his trustworthy Louisville Slugger. And then you can see the crowd here in the stands. Sort of reminds me of my theater poster. I have an original hand-painted theater poster, which is one of one. And it's huge. It's gigantic, actually. It's 60 by 45, I believe. And I actually have it hanging on my wall here. I don't know if you can see it with this light. But this is the actual theater poster that would go to the same exact movie. On his hat, you can see the A has actually faded over time. And that was the Angels logo. But back to this, I'd like to show you a little bit closer here under the loop. I like to do that from time to time just to show you what you can do if you find something and you're not sure if it's authentic. It's a bit tough to get the camera lined up with the loop, but it's a good way to examine whatever piece you're trying to check out. Make sure it's vintage. Okay, I finally got it lined up a little bit. You can see the rosettes. I believe that's what it's called when there's a lithograph, how it's printed. A modern printer does not make those marks. I'd like to show you the back of this movie card. I'll show you also, on a lot of modern prints, you won't see the image coming through. You want to see the ink sort of staining through the cardstock back then. The ink was very runny during those times. As you can see, there's a lot of aging. Just a beautiful card. I love this. I love these old movie theater cards. I only have a few pieces, and I mostly collect anything from Babe Comes Home because it's a movie that does not exist anymore. There's only a few pieces that have survived from that short film that Babe Ruth was in. So it's kind of legendary to have anything from that actual film. I have one more piece I'd like to show you, and it's a Harry Frazee theater playbill. And he was the guy who actually owned the Boston Red Sox and signed Babe Ruth in 1915. But he's notorious for letting Babe Ruth go to the Yankees in 1920. So that's how the curse of the Bambino started. Here's an original playbill from a Harry Frazee theater production, and you can see it's directed by Harry Frazee. Some people call him Harry Frazee, but I call him Harry Frazee. And if you haven't seen the movie that was made in the 1990s, I believe, with John Goodman played Babe Ruth in a movie called The Babe, you'll see who Harry Frazee is when Babe Ruth has a small talk with him before he goes in front of a crowd, and Harry Frazee asks him to tell a small joke to lighten the mood, and he just got signed with the Red Sox, and Babe Ruth says to one of, I think, the wife of Harry Frazee, and he asks her to pull his finger, and it's just hilarious. He says, "Pull my finger, give it a tug, sis," and then he lets out a great deal of wind, and it was just hilarious. If you haven't seen that movie, you should check it out. It shows a pretty good amount of the Babe Ruth story. Some of it might have been exaggerated, but Babe Ruth's legend is so amazing that it just adds to his lore. I'm not going to take this out of the frame, but this is the original theater playbill from a Harry Frazee production, and he was the owner of the Boston Red Sox, and I believe he died shortly after letting Babe Ruth go. Maybe 5 or 6 years after Babe Ruth went to the Yankees, he had an unexpected death. But he was a big name in baseball at the time, and he owed a lot of people money, so he obviously wasn't taking care of his finances, that he had to let Babe Ruth go just to fund some more of his theater plays that he was more passionate about than baseball. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy these artifacts and these pieces, and if you're a fan of the game, keep watching my channel. Please leave a like and share, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here's some photos of Harry Frazee. He was the owner of the Boston Red Sox, the one who actually bought Babe Ruth from the Baltimore Orioles, and then actually sold him to the Yankees in 1920, which caused the curse of the Bambino. Thanks for enjoying my videos, guys. I appreciate all your support.